Hey guys, it's April. Get ready for an adorable winter scene. I decided to do a landscape pour in this video, and because it is January and it is winter, it is going to be snowy. So I'm starting off by just spreading some blue paint in my sky, and this painting will consist of 2 flip cups that I then tilt the canvas back and forth to create my scene. I have taped off the middle of the canvas to try to create a horizon line to separate the sky from the land. All of my paints are mixed with floetrol and water for consistency, and at this point I am doing a dirty cup pour, which basically means I'm just pouring the paints in the cup and letting them mix with each other. There's no layering involved. The white paint that I put in there is a cloud mixture, which is actually Deco Art Satin Enamel, Artist Loft Soft Bodied White, and Floetrol. And once I fill this cup up, I am going to flip it on my canvas right now, let it sit for a minute or so, a little less than a minute, 30 seconds or so that the paints can run down, and then flip that cup up again. I run my cup through the colors just to give it a little bit of a design and some interest before I stretch it out. As I tilt my canvas back and forth, I'm watching the paint to see what it's going to do. I want to try to keep those lines as straight as possible, but also have good coverage on the whole canvas. I will keep tilting until I'm happy with the composition in the sky. There we go. That sky looks beautiful. My next step is to pull the tape and look at the horizon line. Now I'm going to add a layer of white onto the bottom, and this will help the paints flow, like I said, but it will also act as a buffer against the horizon line to try to keep it nice and straight so that the paints that I'll be tilting back and forth won't be pushing directly against it. And here we go, I'm filling my cup again, and I want this to look like snow. So snow is sparkly, snow reflects light. So I've added not just white in here, but I've added some silver. I've added a little bit of blue to reflect the sky, it's like a gray blue, and some iridescent white. So this land or snow should be very sparkly and have a lot of contrast and detail in the design. I'm going to take care to tilt it very slowly so that I can try to keep that horizon line as straight as possible and not get wonky or curvy. If when you're doing this, you feel like the paint's not filling where you need to go and you don't want to tip it up, you can do what I'm doing here and just add a little bit more paint in the area where it's not tilting to that you want the paint to go to. And that will just help move it and eliminate the need to go upwards and press up against that line. Now that horizon line is mostly straight, but I'd like it a little bit straighter. So I'm just going to take a strip from a damp paper towel and I'm going to run it along that horizon line and have half of it in the white and half of it in the blue and just bring those two colors together. It just smooths out that line, straightens out where it got a little bit wonky, and just makes it look like they blend into the horizon together. And there we go. Here it is wet. I think that snow looks awesome. The sky is so cool. And here it is dry. And once it was fully dry, I went back in and I added some brushed in details. I added a large tree in the foreground and a couple of small trees in the background. And then this adorable little snowman that I felt brought the whole thing together. I splattered a little white on there to make it look like it was actively snowing, and it just looks so cool. If you like this, subscribe, share, like, and go find some joy in your day.